December brings two major surprises. One will put extra money in your pocket, the other might cancel it out. And the surprising part? Most people are paying attention to the wrong one. As we head into December, this month brings some of the most important Social Security changes of the entire year, including updates that affect your payment dates, your 2026 COLA, and even how much you keep after Medicare premiums. With holiday expenses rising and everyday costs staying high, understanding these changes is more important than ever. And there's one update, which we'll talk about in the middle of this video, that affects far more people than you may realize. So stick with me, because December isn't just another month on the calendar. It's a month where small changes can make a big difference in your budget, and knowing what's coming can help you start the new year with confidence. Why December is different. December is always a unique month for people who receive Social Security, but December 2025 brings even more changes than usual. This month affects different groups in different ways, and if you're not paying close attention, it's very easy to get confused, especially because of how the calendar lines up with the holidays. First, December is one of the months where the Social Security Administration has to adjust payment dates because of the federal holiday on January 1st. That single holiday creates a ripple effect that leads to people seeing payments earlier than they might expect. For example, SSI recipients will get their regular December payment on Monday, December 1st, just as usual. But because January 1st is a federal holiday, the SSA cannot send out payments on that day. So SSI recipients will receive their January 2026 payment one day early on Wednesday, December 31st. Many people get confused when they see two deposits in December. It can look like a bonus or a mistake, but nothing is wrong. This is exactly how the system works every single time a payment date falls on a holiday or weekend. It's not extra money, it's not a duplicate, and you don't have to report anything. It simply means January's SSI payment arrives early. December is also different for people who receive both SSI and Social Security, or for anyone who began receiving Social Security before May 1997. Their payment this month will arrive on Wednesday, December 3rd. This group always receives their monthly benefits early in the month, and December follows the same pattern. For everyone else, December payments depend entirely on your birthday. This is where the month gets even more unique, because the dates fall right in the middle of holiday gatherings and travel. If your birthday is between the 1st and 10th, your payment will arrive on Wednesday, December 10th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and 20th, you'll be paid on Wednesday, December 17th. And if your birthday is between the 21st and 31st, your payment arrives on Wednesday, December 24th, Christmas Eve. That Christmas Eve payment is especially helpful for many families, providing a little breathing room during an expensive time of year. So while December feels complicated, everything is happening for a reason, and understanding the schedule helps you stay prepared. Now let's break down the full December 2025 Social Security payment schedule in a clear, step-by-step way. December may feel unusual, but once you see the dates laid out, the month becomes much easier to understand. First, SSI recipients. If you receive Supplemental Security Income, SSI, your regular December payment arrives on Monday, December 1st. This is normal. SSI is always paid on the 1st of the month unless that date falls on a weekend or holiday. But here's where the calendar changes things. Because January 1st, 2026 is a federal holiday, the SSA cannot issue payments on that day. So your January 2026 SSI payment will come one day early, on Wednesday, December 31st. This happens every year when holidays interrupt payment dates. It is not a bonus, not extra money, and not a mistake. It is simply the government sending January's payment early. Second, people who receive both SSI and Social Security. If you get both types of benefits, your Social Security payment always comes shortly after SSI. In December 2025, that date is Wednesday, December 3rd. This same date also applies to people who began receiving Social Security before May 1997. 3. Regular Social Security recipients, birthday-based payments. For everyone else, your payment date depends on your birthday. Birthdays 1st through 10th. Paid on Wednesday, December 10th. Birthdays 11th through 20th. Paid on Wednesday, December 17th. Birthdays 21st to 31st. Paid on Wednesday, December 24th, which is Christmas Eve. That Christmas Eve deposit can be a big relief for families managing holiday expenses. 4. Summary of all December payments. To keep it simple, here are all the important dates. December 1st, SSI payment. December 3rd, Social Security for pre-1997 plus dual SSI/SS recipients. December 10th, birthdays 1 to 10. December 17th, birthdays 11 to 20. December 24th, birthdays 21 to 31, Christmas Eve. December 31st, January 2026, SSI payment. If your benefits usually arrive around midnight Eastern Time, that should continue, although your bank might affect the exact hour. Direct Express users should also receive funds on the same day. December may be a busy month, but once you know these dates, you can plan ahead with confidence. The big money change, COLA and Medicare. December is also the month when many people start noticing changes in their Social Security payments, especially because of the new 2026 Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. This year, the COLA has been set at 2.8%, which means the average Social Security retiree will see about $56 more per month. On paper, that sounds like a good increase, and it is slightly higher than last year's adjustment. However, here's where things become more complicated, and this is why many people feel disappointed when they look at their actual deposit amount. Medicare Part B premiums are also rising again, and unfortunately, the increase is larger than the COLA for many people. In 2026, the Medicare Part B premium will be $22.90, which is almost a $10 jump from last year. This is one of the biggest increases we've seen in a long time. Because of this, many retirees who receive smaller Social Security checks may not feel the COLA increase at all. For example, if someone receives $600 a month, their 2.8% COLA adds about $16.80. But the nearly $10 increase in Medicare premiums cancels out most or all of that raise. This is why some people see their benefit go up by only a few dollars and others see almost no increase at all. The only thing helping protect people from losing money entirely is something called the hold harmless rule. This rule prevents Medicare premium increases from reducing a person's monthly Social Security benefit, but this protection does not apply to everyone. New retirees, higher income individuals, and some other groups may not be covered by this rule. That means not everyone is shielded from the Medicare increase. Here's another important detail. SSI recipients will see their COLA reflected earlier than most people. Their COLA increase will show up in the payment they receive at the end of December. The one sent on December 31st, which is actually their January 2026 payment. Everyone else will see the increase starting in January 2026. So while the COLA looks good on paper, the real-life impact depends on your situation. And for many people, Medicare is the reason their raise doesn't feel like a raise at all. Understanding this now helps you avoid surprises when your next deposit arrives. SSA improvements and system updates. December doesn't just bring payment changes. It also marks the end of a major year of updates inside the Social Security Administration, SSA. If you've ever felt like the system was slow, outdated, or frustrating, these improvements may come as good news. Earlier in the year, the SSA's online portal, the website millions of people use to update direct deposit, print benefit letters, file appeals, and more, was going offline for almost 29 hours every single week. This caused delays and made it difficult for people to access important information. Now, at the end of the year, that same online portal is running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with far fewer outages. This is a major upgrade, especially for people who rely on the portal to manage their benefits. Call wait times have also improved significantly. Before these updates, the average wait time was 28 minutes. Today, the average wait has dropped to 15 minutes, and around 90% of calls are now handled through self-service tools or callback options. This helps reduce long hold times and gives people quicker answers without needing to stay on the phone for half an hour. In-person service has improved as well. For people who still prefer to visit a Social Security office, the average wait time for scheduled appointments is now about 6 minutes. This is a major improvement compared to previous years when some offices were overwhelmed and lines were extremely long. All of this information came from the year-end report released by SSA Commissioner Frank Besignano. His report shows that the agency focused heavily on improving technology and speeding up processing times. These changes make a big difference for people who depend on Social Security and need reliable access to their information. Another major update this year was the complete reversal of a controversial disability rule that had been proposed. The rule would have made it harder for people over age 50 to qualify for disability benefits by giving less weight to age as a factor. Advocacy groups warned that as many as 750,000 people could have been affected over the next decade, but the commissioner officially confirmed that the rule will not move forward. This decision brought a lot of relief to older workers who feared being forced into early retirement, which would permanently reduce their monthly benefits. So overall, while 2025 was a challenging year, the Social Security system is ending the year stronger, faster, and more stable than it began. The disability rule reversal. One of the biggest stories of the year inside the Social Security system was the proposed change to disability rules. And the good news is that the rule has officially been stopped. Many people over 50 were deeply worried about this rule because it would have made it much harder for older workers to qualify for disability benefits. The proposal would have changed the way age is considered in disability decisions. Right now, the SSA understands that older workers often face more challenges when trying to switch careers or find new jobs due to health limitations. Age is an important factor because the job market is much harder for someone in their 50s or 60s compared to someone in their 20s. But earlier this year, the SSA considered giving less weight to age during the evaluation process. Disability advocates warned that this change could push many older workers into early retirement, even if they weren't financially ready. Early retirement leads to permanently reduced Social Security payments, something that can impact a person for the rest of their life. Some analysts estimated that up to 750,000 people could have been affected over the next decade if the rule went forward. That number shows just how serious the situation was. Advocacy groups, disability experts, and many everyday people spoke up about the potential harm. They argued that people over 50 already face enough challenges with health issues, job opportunities, and financial stability. Making disability harder to get would have put even more pressure on a group already struggling. Thankfully, the SSA listened. Commissioner Frank Besignano confirmed that the rule is not moving forward, bringing relief to millions. Disability advocates called this decision a win for fairness, and it helped reduce the fear that had built up throughout the year. For many older workers, this reversal means they don't have to worry about being rejected simply because the rules changed. The current system, which considers age, work history, and health, will remain the same. This decision was one of the most welcomed pieces of news in 2025, especially for people who depend on disability benefits or may need them in the future. It's rare to see such a controversial policy stopped so clearly, but this year, the SSA made it official. Nothing about age rules is changing. The new senior tax deduction. Another major change taking effect this year is the new $6,000 senior tax deduction for people aged 65 and older. This update didn't get as much attention as other Social Security news, but it could make a real difference for many seniors when they file taxes in 2026. The purpose of this deduction is simple: to reduce how much of your Social Security income gets taxed. For many people living on fixed or limited incomes, even a small reduction in taxes can help stretch monthly benefits a little farther. But it's important to understand how this deduction works because it is not automatic for everyone. The full $6,000 deduction is available to seniors with incomes below certain levels. Specifically, the deduction begins to phase out at $75,000 for individuals and $150,000 for couples. If your income is above those amounts, the deduction gets smaller and eventually disappears entirely. This means middle-income seniors may benefit the most. Some financial professionals estimate that eligible seniors could save over $1,000 per year depending on their income and filing situation. That is real money, especially when Medicare premiums, food prices, and housing costs continue to rise. This new deduction also means it may be worth taking a little time this year to review your income sources before filing taxes in early 2026. You don't need to become a tax expert, but understanding a few basics can help you avoid paying more than necessary. For example, some seniors may want to look at whether their withholding is too high or too low. Others might consider adjusting how they withdraw money from savings or retirement accounts. Financial planners often say that small planning steps now can prevent big surprises later. And with this new deduction in place, a little attention could help lower your tax bill or increase your refund. It's also important to know that this deduction does not replace any existing benefits or credits. Instead, it's an additional tax advantage designed to help seniors keep more of their money. Many people haven't even heard about this deduction yet, which is why December is a good time to get familiar with it. Whether it saves you a few $100s or more, every bit helps, especially during a time when living costs continue to go up. Long-term Social Security funding concerns. Even with all the improvements happening inside the Social Security Administration, December is also a reminder that the long-term future of Social Security is still uncertain. This doesn't mean your benefits are disappearing, but it does mean the system needs attention, and sooner rather than later. According to the latest projections, the Retirement and Survivor Trust Fund could be depleted by late 2032. This doesn't mean Social Security will run out of money completely, but it does mean the system would only be able to pay out the amount it receives from payroll taxes. If Congress does nothing, this would lead to an automatic 20% cut in benefits for everyone. That is a serious amount, especially for retirees who already live on tight budgets. The important thing to understand is this: Congress has the power to fix the problem, but lawmakers have not yet agreed on a single solution. Several proposals are being discussed, and each one affects people differently. Some lawmakers want to raise the income cap, which means higher income workers would pay more into Social Security. Others want to raise the retirement age, which would mean younger workers would have to work longer before receiving full benefits. There are also proposals to adjust payroll tax rates or change how future COLAs are calculated. In short, many ideas exist, but no final decision has been made. This uncertainty can make people feel nervous, especially those who rely on Social Security as their main income. But it's important to remember that major changes usually take years to phase in, and current retirees are often protected from the biggest adjustments. For now, the best thing you can do is stay informed and keep an eye on how your personal finances are set up. December is a good time to step back and review your budget, look at your expenses, and make sure you feel stable heading into the new year. Even small adjustments, reviewing Medicare choices, managing withdrawals, or planning for COLA changes can make a difference. So while Social Security is facing long-term challenges, your benefits are still arriving on schedule, and many of the improvements made this year show that the system is trying to operate more smoothly. The key is preparation, not panic, and staying updated ensures you're ready for whatever comes next. We've covered a lot in this December update, and now you can head into the new year with a clearer picture of what's changing, what's improving, and what deserves your attention. Social Security can feel complicated at times, especially when payment schedules shift, Medicare costs rise, and new tax rules appear. But understanding these changes helps you stay in control, and that's what matters most. Before we close, I'd love to hear from you. How are you feeling about Social Security as we step into the new year? Do you feel more confident now that you know what's happening, or do you still feel unsure about some parts of the system? Sharing your thoughts helps others feel supported, and your experience matters. If this update helped you today, please take a second to like this video so more people can see it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now is a great time. Next month brings even more important changes, and I'll be right here to guide you through them in simple, clear language. Thank you for spending your time with me today. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon with the next update.